Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Nigeria indeed is full of drama. And let me take a leaf from one of the Holy Books quotation. It says, say the truth and the truth shall set you free. The truth is beginning to unveil as even Fulanis are beginning to say things that is shocking Nigerians as a whole. Right now, Nigerians are so shocked. They didn't believe that if there's anything they would say, definitely not this one. And even me, it got me surprised. As in, I was really surprised. I was not expecting this at all. We're already used to propaganda. But for the truth to come out from this young man, it must be applauded. But before we go into the news to find out what this man is saying that is shaking the internet, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you'll see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Where the national president of the Miyetti Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACBAN, has blamed various state leaders of the group for the present insecurity in most parts of this country. Alhaji Muhammadu Kirowa, who spoke at the inauguration ceremony of Northwestern State Executives of MACBAN in Dutse, Jigawa State, said Fulani leaders were responsible for the state of insecurity in their domain as they allowed youths to go out of control. He said, before any other person gets kidnapped, about 20 or more Fulani people must have suffered the same fate with payment of ransom, which no media has bothered to report or investigate in the past. We have to tell ourselves the truth that we have failed in our responsibility of giving our children the right training and good upbringing that ought to have shaped them for a better people. We cannot continue to wallow in denial when it is a fact that majority of criminals arrested across the country are from within us, our kin and kin, whom have gone into this circle because of our sheer negligence. Alhaji Kirowa, who is also the Agdon Zoro, implored leaders and other Fulani societies to either unite and provide their children with better home training and education, or continue to stay in the name of the tribe and take the responsibilities of their activities. Earlier, National Secretary General in charge of Northwest of MACBAN, Alhaji Baba Uthman Ngizema, urged the newly inaugurated leaders to team up with the heads of security operatives in their various states to enable them to have a smooth working relationship. Ngazema noted that association was non-political, hence the Sultan of Sokoto is serving as Board of Trustee (BOT) chairman with other members that include the Emir of Kano, Lamido of Adamawa, among others. He urged Fulani cattle breeders to embrace the modern trend of cattle ranching to avoid conflict with farmers and continued exposure to criminal tendencies. Bam! This one is one truth I have heard that I have not heard in a long time, especially from Fulani. So they know this kind of truth and they are behaving as if they don't understand this thing. He even agreed that it is lack of training on their path, that some of the criminal element they hear, that they can't deny it, that is not fair. When would they deny it? Who are they deceiving? It's either they take the truth, the bulls by the horns, by training their kids and kin properly. They did not train them well, they did not go to school. So obviously they're not even fit for the modern time. And it's that say, look, let's take our responsibility and train our own children well, train the next generation well. And please, they should forget this ranching, moving, open grazing here and there. Not only does it, foster violence and clash between farmers and their herdsmen, but at the same time, it also exposes them to kidnapping and ransom. Kidnapping and payment of ransom. Is that so? Why don't you, instead of going through gates, we're still going through grazing and going through the 1942 way? Why don't we embrace the latest style of doing things, which is ranching, which everywhere in the world they're doing it? Are you telling me that we produce bigger and better meat than United States, but they still do ranching? There's nothing wrong with ranching. But when we talk about ranching, it looks as if why must they ranch? Their forefathers have been doing open grazing. Why should they stop? If you're not following the trend, you're not moving with time. And if you begin to insist that you must do open grazing, other tribes are beginning to wonder, you want to take our land? What is wrong with ranching? If you ranch, if you practice ranching in your community there, will your cows die? If you practice ranching, will the cow not survive? Or will the cow meat not be sweet when cooked? Because we are not getting it at all. And for that reason, coupled with the fact that a whole lot of them, a whole lot of those ones that this young man is saying, this Alhaji is saying here, the whole lot of them are not cultured. Whenever they go out like that, they go with dagger, they go with AK-47. You ask yourself, are you using AK-47 to align the cows to move? But let's feel the pulse of Nigerians, because I'll quickly take what Nigerians are saying. Of course, Nigerians have decided to discuss. This one is one truth we have never heard at all. Instead, they will say that they are marginalized, or they'll begin to tell you how in Fulata, or they'll tell you some years back of Usman Danfodio had this land, it was their forefather, in fact, they should give them, they will begin to make demands over indigenous lands. This is quite unique. Okay, but let's hear what this one here is saying. This is the same Miyetti Allah that had threatened every ethnic group to give up their lands or face death. What has changed all of a sudden? Are they just realizing the level of damage they have done? Or are they still playing games with those who are quick to lose focus? Whatever their reasons are, they should know that majority of the ethnic groups in Nigeria have decided to take their destinies into their own hands. Let those who cherish primitivity remain in their old ways within their territory. We don't wish them any harm, but don't wish to share a country with them. We can be good neighbors if they respect themselves. Enough of the oppression. Well, this one seems to be this one is well said if you ask me. This one here is saying Sultan as BOT chairman, Emir of Kano as board member. It seems so peaceful and noble, but soon it will take up another ideological tenant and they become a northern coalition against South. This one here is saying the fear of Chukwu Kikabiama is the beginning of wisdom. This one here is saying, when will they blame Buhari? This is serious. So Nigerians have taken the other dimension. This one here is saying Indiara. This one here is saying, you see what I'm saying? It's as if the left doesn't know what the right is doing. This one here is, you see what I'm saying? Okay, still about the same thing. This one is, wow, this is self-confession and indictment. Miyetti Allah rightfully blame themselves for insecurity. The globally acknowledged fourth deadliest terrorist group, reaffirming what is already known. Well, we already have an idea that they have this. Funny enough, they're actually in the helms of affair. See, the best way to start self-recovery and self-healing is to tell yourself the truth first. When you acknowledge that this and this is not right with me, we are on the pathway of recovery. We are on the pathway of healing. But propaganda will not help. I could still remember when Femi Adesina was saying that the southerners should release their lands so that they don't get themselves killed. And we wondered, are they saying that if we do not release our lands, our ancestral lands, we'll get killed? These are some very indicting statements then. And these are the things that made the likes of Afenifere to begin to say, look, if this thing is going to continue this way, then we will not release our ancestral lands. What is wrong with ranching? Everybody's saying the same thing on the platform, and they just don't want to go through because all of them are practically calling them out. There's nothing wrong with ranching, but when you begin to insist that it must be open grazing, some people are saying that it's foreign Fulani herders that are coming in. Since we can't differentiate them, then by all means, they should push it to one side. Let all regions stop issue of open grazing so that when the foreign herdsmen come, we can identify them. If we are doing ranching, and this foreign guys coming, foreign herdsmen coming with their open grazing, we can easily identify them. But when you begin to insist that everybody does open grazing, how do we differentiate the good, the bad from the ugly? Well, that's not going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take on what these guys are saying? For the first time in a very, very long time, they're acknowledging that of the truth, they have internal issues. They've got some issues to tackle. they didn't train their people well. The next generation really have gotten it all wrong, and they may not even fit in the latest generation. Some of them are not even educated. I'm talking about these herdsmen. They're all their days they're busy moving around with cows. When do they even have the time to go to school? And they're saying do ranching so that you can have schools within your community there, so your next generation will go to school and know what's up. And you're saying no, 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 we have to do the old way. You're actually marginalizing yourself. Let's go wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take on this latest?